15 love.
I've got to tell you a funny story about Alex Michelsen. The first time I commentated on any of his matches, it was at Newport in 2024, and he played pretty well there. Ended up making it to the finals. Beautiful play. Correction, 2023. And he'd just beaten John Isner in the semi-finals while he took the ball out, and he hit the ball with his racket. He's right-handed, obviously, into the crowd. But then he reached into his pocket with his left hand and took out the other ball. And he just gave that like a perfect sling deep into the crowd. And I thought, hang on, what have I just seen there?
Ambidextrous.
That's a beautiful start from Alex, and it was great insight because I saw him play a couple of months before at Baylor University, where my son is at college, in a challenger event, and I couldn't believe how good this youngster's backhand was, the length that he was able to keep with it. And I just thought, wow, that's an impressive shot. And then it all made sense when I saw him at Wimbledon. He's a natural left-hander. So he's got this incredible feel of that backhand side.
The left hand is almost like a left-handed forehand.
Correct.
Guiding the racket.
So keep an eye out for the backhand in this match, folks. If you haven't watched Alex Michelsen play before, are you happy with that win predictor? It's got Khachanov as the slight favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it almost, I don't know, it's almost a 50-50 proposition, isn't it? First round, everybody's just finding their game, finding their feet on a big stadium in the first round. So I don't think there's too much splitting these players. He's a pretty direct hitter, isn't he, Michelsen? He hits through the court, but he's got just enough revolutions to be fairly safe. And he's accurate.
He gets away with it on the backhand as well because of the feel he has. He can hit it flat, but still control it so well.
Easy power for Khachanov, isn't it? Off all wings. He's a solid build, and there is no substitute for easy power. That's 205 out wide, but it's within himself.
6'6" in old money.
.30-15.
So there is 208, but it's accurate. He doesn't have to strive for power. He can still up it if he needs to. No real weaknesses in his game.
.40-15.
I mentioned my first intro into seeing Alex Michelsen play as far as Karen Khachanov was concerned. I commentated on a Davis Cup tie between South Africa and Russia back in 2013. And this tall, scrawny kid hit the cover of the ball.
Karen Khachanov.
I couldn't believe how comfortable he looked on a big stage.
1 game.
Beat South Africa's Dean O'Brien pretty comfortably. And I remember chatting with Boris Sopkin about him, and he said, watch out for this kid. Of course, Boris, who coached Mikhail Yuzhny throughout the course of his career, said he is going to be good. He is going to be very good.
Love 15.
So this is the tougher end, of course. Michelsen down at the southern end, looking directly into the sun. That'll be an issue for servers from the southern end, probably for the next half hour or so. Oh, it's great tennis from both men. Michelsen using the lines beautifully. And then when he felt he had his man pushed deep in the court there, he throws in the drop shot. Good wheels from Khachanov, and a nice touch just to fade it back in front of his opponent there. So good skills from both men. And we talk about the power, and there, in fact, that's the view for Michelsen, looking directly up into the sun. Another 20 minutes or so, it'll track across the sky. He'll be fine. Good to see.
30-15.
Known for his power from the back of the court, Michelsen, but showing us already some good touch at the net, not afraid to come forward. 4 from 4.
Oh, he's so multi-skilled. And for a big guy, that's often not the case, Wally.
No.
40-15.
And I was just looking at this matchup, Robbie, because obviously they're both powerful players from the back of the court, and you think, well, they're going to dictate a fair majority of the points, but which player will be able to defend against that power and turn a few of those defensive points back to their advantage?
Just changed his serving position there, did Michelsen.
Game Michelsen. Michelsen needs 2 games to 1.
Thinking with good clarity and variety early doors. We're 2-1 on serve.
Time.
What a venue, what a sporting event, what a city. That is John Cain Arena, that's where Wally and I are perched. One of 3 retractable roofs that this site has. And if you weren't with us at the start of the match, Wally was just reminding us all, you can get in here with a ground pass ticket.
Huge crowds early days here at the Australian Open, breaking all sorts of attendance records. This event just goes from strength to strength.
Of course, with those record crowds comes record prize money again this year at the AO. I read 111 million Australian dollars goes into the prize money pot that the men and women will split. Just to show up here and be in the main draw or qualify, $150,000 if you lost your first match in the main draw. Of course, you were to win your opening match here, you'd be guaranteed 225,000 Australian dollars. It's a good gig if you can get it.
$30-15.
It's nice when your rally ball, it's a safe shot. Have a look at this, good margin. It's virtually his rally ball backhand turns into a clean winner.
Late first service.
Another spectacular linear strike.
I don't mind the little change-up in the middle of the rally too, just to buy a bit of time. Just floated the ball back, and Khachanov actually mistimed that high forehand ever so slightly, and that put Michelsen back in the ascendancy.
It's the tennis IQ that we're talking about. Coaches of Karen Khachanov, that man on the left is Yevgeny Donskoy, who is traveling with him at the moment. He shares responsibilities with Vedran Martic, who I didn't see there.
Pretty physical. And it's not just the movement that's physical these days, it's the actual hit. The energy that is put into each strike is fatiguing over time. I mean, that was 22 shots. A couple of scrambling defensive slices from Michelsen to stay alive, but a couple of heavyweights out here.
Backhand is world-class, Wally.
Gee, he changes direction with that backhand so easily, doesn't he? Safe cross court, and then when you least expect it, redirects it line. And I like the fact that he's looking to take advantage of some of these line drives.
Look where these backhands are landing. Look how close to the baseline. Everything is three-quarter court.
Both men. That's the shot right there. Wrong foots, Khachanov to a degree there. And there's a topspin drive volley. Why not? When the ball's up that high.
Well-earned break point. So unlike him, hence the reaction. You know, a few of the players that train in that area where he is in California, Michelsen, Lerner here, and very good friends, practice a lot together. And I look at Michelsen, and for me, he's what I call like a natural tennis player. And they love to play a lot of points. He has always been one of those kind of players. Let's play sets, let's play points. Not as much drilling as a lot of youngsters. And I think you see that, that evidence in his game. He's a very easy player, good tennis IQ. He's not too metronomic. Something to be said for that.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Some players are so workmanlike. They love repetition, ball after ball, even if it's just hand-fed. And then other players, they want to compete. They're creative.
Tell you what, we've got 4 games here, and it's been highly entertaining fair already. So just make sure those seat belts are strapped nice and tight. Because Yevgeny Donskoy, famous for a victory, 2007, I think it was, over Roger Federer in Dubai. He saved a couple of match points, I think, in that second set and went on to beat Fed. And speaking about dining out on a victory, I think he is still doing just that from that one.
He's in rare company there.
2017, not 2007, excuse me. He is in rare company.
15 up.
Roger used to love playing in Dubai. Of course, that's where Khachanov makes his home these days. There's a lot of players based there. Great for travel, nice and central.
Tax-free?
Weather's nice too.
Tax-free?
Yes.
Have you thought about moving there, Robbie?
I'm not in the category where it makes a difference, Wally. We've got pretty good weather where I come from. Not enjoying the fact that Michelsen has had a couple of comfortable service holds. And Karen has had to work hard on his games.
Game Michelsen.
Impressive start from the young American.
3 games.
It's 3-2.
So both of these guys, big hitters from the baseline. They don't play with excessive spin. They tend to hit through the court. Let's see if we get a chance to see at some point some of the depth of these rallies.
Time.
DJ is cranking out some proper tunes.
Just hit it in front of you. Here we go, mate.
Good hustle so far. Let's go, bud.
Don't jump into the return too much. Sounded like that was the message from Christoph Fliegen. Very good player himself, of course, was Chris.
Good advice there from Fliegen, because we saw Khachanov really try to take on a second serve in the previous game, and it's hot and it's lively and the ball's really jumping off the court. So there's enough pace in the court to let it come to you. And if you time it solidly, you'll get a good result. You don't need to be too aggressive. You don't need your court position to be too aggressive. He doesn't win the point there, Michelsen, but I really appreciate the defensive work to stay in the rally early on there. Good skills. Had to take his left hand off the racket just to finesse the ball back with depth, stay in the point. And that's going to be important going forward.
Yeah, it's interesting when we have a look unloading on those ground strokes, Khachanov, and as you were suggesting, he's got a lot more work on the ball. His RPMs on the forehand greater than Michelsen. You can see how flat Michelsen hits his backhand there, Wally. Almost 300 RPMs less than Karen's. It's good tennis from both.
I still like the play from Michelsen. You're not going to win every point coming forward, but it's an implied threat. Good touch. Just tough on the hard court, isn't it? You get such a high bounce. Got to play that so softly to get a result.
I love those super slow-mos. You can see the footwork.
The racket work on the ball.
Yeah, everything in such detail.
Tokyo.
Yeah, 4K high resolution cameras, industry standard these days. The best for the best.
Oh, his depth is immaculate. Michelsen off the ground. Khachanov, he'd be looking to come, get on the front foot and dictate, but the depth of Michelsen is making it difficult for him. And once again, it's a contested service game for the number 15 seed. He's having to work hard.
I'm just having a look at the total number of points played by each player on serve, Wally. 21 so far for Khachanov, just 13 for Michelsen. And Michelsen's had one extra service game. Shows you how much harder the Russian is having to work behind his deal. That was the 22nd serve, 22nd point that he's had to play on serve. daylight lobbery right there.
Yes.
Such intelligent tennis, prepared for the 1-2 play. Test out the first volley. Let's see how good it is. Well, suddenly I've got time. Thanks for coming.
Nice to have two hands on the racket for that shot, isn't it? Just left hand brushes up sharply up the back of the ball.
Advantage Khachanov.
Michelsen, he's in every returning game, and it's disappointing when you have chances and you don't break, but he's got to tell himself he's building pressure. Pressure over time can get you a result.
Yes.
Просто еще приходится сильнее бить.
Well, he's done a good job, Michelsen, of just making one more ball, getting some of these big serves back, sometimes not with quality. Big servers like free points. He's getting bat on ball and making them. Not that time. Just so constant. 205 once again.
Again, Khachanov.
Not clean, but he'll take it. But Robbie, I don't mind. You know, if you can get bat on ball and just make balls, big servers like free points. You get bat on ball, you can take them out of their comfort zone because then they strive for the free point.
Really worked hard during pre-season on his fitness. Really the first pre-season that Michelsen has done, because at the tail end of 2024, he was playing the Next Gen finals deep into December. Didn't have the luxury of 5 or 6 weeks to build the game more, build the lungs, build the legs.
He's only 21.
Yeah.
He's got a very, very bright future.
Low 15.
Preparation for 2026, as I mentioned, in Brisbane, had a good start, beating the likes of Lerner Tien there. We know what a great season Lerner's had. 2025, good friends, of course. Beat Sebi Korda before losing to Daniil Medvedev.
Okay, so after all the pressure that he's applied on the Khachanov serve out of the blue,
30.
couple of backhand errors, digs himself a little hole. Love 30.
This one. You got it. Come on.
Fifteen, 30.
Oh, returned a compliment. Gee, he held that well, didn't he? minimal backswing.
15-40.
So we've seen Michelsen, he wants to be aggressive, and there it is, just not excessive topspin, and Michelsen's a tall man, just perfectly placed. Even if he gets a racket on that, there's not much he can do with it.
Nice way to bring up your first 2 break points.
30-40.
Just caught the reaction of Khachanov there. It was off camera. I was just looking out of my commentary booth window. He wasn't happy about being aced there. He knows that he's had to work so hard on serve. It's the last game with the old ball, so they'll be as slow as they possibly could be.
Take my hat off to him. It was a brave move.
Hold on, mate.
But he's sticking to his guns, isn't he? He's been successful moving forward. He's won 7 of the 10 points that he's moved forward, so he's got a good instinct. And Khachanov definitely played the right shot. They just drifted wide by a matter of centimetres. Fortune favours the brave, Robbie. Took it on. Down break point.
Love it.
Advantage, Michelsen. Late for service. Game, Michelsen.
First real test that Michelsen has had on his serve. And he has come through unscathed to lead 4-3.
Time.
Melbourne's CBD in the background, just a short walk away from Melbourne Park. And if you come out at Flinders Station, the Tanderine Bridge links the CBD to Melbourne Park. Beautiful pedestrian walkway. So much fun stuff to do along the way. Not just a tennis event, this has become tennis-tainment, as I like to call it. And this has been highly entertaining in the opening 35 minutes and 7 games here.
15 love.
Well, the umpire kind of jumped in and it's electronic scoring. He overruled. And Michelsen, well, he conceded. He said, I thought it was in. The machine said it was in. No real need for the umpire to jump in at that point. Gee, that's a good second serve. A lot of flight. Hit the court.
30 love.
Deep in the corner. I thought Michelsen had done a fairly good job just getting it back with a bit of value, but Khachanov was up to the task. Beautiful backhand down the line. It's quality tennis, isn't it? The points are being won. There's not a lot of unforced errors. It's more a case of hitting the winner or forcing the error.
Yeah, both players in the positive, Wally. 12 winners, 9 unforced errors for Khachanov. 9 winners, just 5 unforced for the American. It's going to lick the line.
Game Khachanov. 4 games on.
Hear what he said there?
Coach Donskoy liked that game. Yeah. Ace, winner.
Winner, winner, volley winner.
That's what I'm talking about. Every point is it's on the racket of somebody and they're executing really well. There's no messy play thus far.
Yeah, this is what I'm here for all. And I like to say the only thing that really matters in sport is how well you play under pressure, and we're getting there now.
Well, it's the next iteration of the sport, isn't it? When players are this good from the baseline that they take advantage of their ground shots to come forward, and we're seeing that with both of these men today. They're so solid from the back, but Cain, if the opening is there, they see a double-handed backhand, they see them take the left hand off the racket, they're in.
Oh. What a squash shot forehand that was. That was in the Chris Dittmar league, that was.
Gee, there you go, Chris Dittmar. For those of you that don't know, a very, very handy squash player.
Yeah, one of the best in the business. It's become such a popular shot these days for the tennis players, wide on the forehand.
The approach line, cover line.
40.
He's doing it awfully well, Alex Michelsen. Another tremendous game from Michelsen. Winners to every part of the court. Finishes it off with an ace. He leads 5-4. First set.
There's been some pretty good Aussie squash players, certainly in the 70s and 80s. My brother was a pretty handy squash player himself, and he wanted to go pro. Likes of Jeff Hunt, Chris Dittmar were some of the great Australians that would have appreciated this shot there.
So that's a continental grip. That's your service grip. You don't really teach that shot. It's just something you learn in practice, chasing balls with a bit of desperation. Played perfectly. It's difficult to find that angle, get it to land short inside the service square, but he did just that. He's got good racket skills. He's got it all, this kid.
He really does. And he continues to work on that movement, and that's been a big area.
Then you can go to the backhand. Okay, with your forehand, I mean.
Keep the energy. Make sure you're looking tough between points too. Yeah.
There's an Australian voice in the camp there.
It's all good. It's all good.
In the Michelsen camp.
Come on.
Just to the left of Christoph Fliegen. Okay.
Low 15.
Well, I'll tell you what's impressing me, Robbie. Both men have got easy power from the back of the court, and they are striking the ball beautifully, backhands and forehands, but they're both willing to defend, and they've got good skills at end range. They're both chipping the ball back, floating it back deep, getting themselves back in the point. They've really got all facets of the game covered.
Both have been serving well, decent first serve percentages, and you can see when they land that first serve, Michelsen's won 92% of the points. That equates to 12 out of 13. Khachanov's been decent, but not as impressive as the American, but still good. This is the challenge now behind the second delivery. 3 from 3 in this game. There's Michelsen when he gets a look at the second serve.
Well, the previous return on that side of a second serve, he played the off backhand, and he really stretched Khachanov out to the forehand side. That was more the Novak style of return, where you just thump it directly back at the server. But once again, it's the depth that does the damage. Ball staying in the air a long time. Of course, a ball loses pace when it hits the court. So if it lands near the baseline, it's still traveling at speed.
It's brought up a set point for Michelsen. Quickly snuffed out. That's why we highlighted the importance of those first serves, Wally.
So as you suggested, Robbie, playing your best tennis in the big moments is key, and there's been 3 unforced errors in this game from Khachanov. I mean, the ball was there to be hit, but changing the line just with a bit of tension becomes more difficult. Another set point for Michelsen.
To close out the opening stanza. Dripping with quality from all areas of his game was Michelsen, and he is deserving of that opening set, 6-4.
That was a great point. You said it, Robbie, playing your best in the big moments, not being afraid, taking it to your opponent, and Michelsen did just that. I was almost thinking, is he a little premature coming in? Has he earned the right? But he played a great volley. Covered the net perfectly, and Khachanov disappointed, just didn't get it right in the final moments there. But yes, that was a brilliant point to close out the set, no question about it. I'm really impressed with this young man. I saw him play last year. He's a better player.
He is.
He has improved a lot in a year.
And I think that reaction there from Khachanov, great camera cut from our director there, with hands up towards his team as if to say, what have I done wrong there? What can I do better? But it's testimony to how well Michelsen is playing.
Well, if you have a look at the sheet, it's a clean sheet from both players in a lot of respects. Alex might like to just, I mean, it's a great winning percentage, 92%. He might just like to up that first serve percentage fractionally. Did get himself in trouble in one game where he saved a couple of break points. But have a look, that's a clean sheet. Both players hitting more winners than errors, both generating break points. It was a good set of tennis from both men. And it was all court tennis, which I absolutely enjoy. Yeah,
one stat we don't have on there, Wally, is net points won. And for Michelsen, he won 10 out of 13. Testament to his all-court prowess. Khachanov was 4 of 7. So American prepared to come forward. And in the end, it was the shot that made the difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, both men, their games are built on solid ground shots and obviously that big first serve. But we saw a lot of variety. We saw a lot of skills, whether it be defensively or offensively, really from both men. But you're right, probably Michelsen, he's a slightly more direct ground stroker. And have a look at that, just moving forward. This is the actual set point. So good skills there. So he has spent enough time at the net in his formative years transitioning. Everybody can volley. It's the transition that's the hard part. Getting there, knowing which ball to approach on, when to split your step. Great set point there from Michelsen.
15.
Just a reminder that these two played each other twice last year. First time was right here at the Australian Open, and Michelsen came out on top. Straight set victory for Alex. That was in the 3rd round. And then they played again in Toronto in the quarterfinals, where Khachanov beat him in straight sets. So these guys know each other well.
So that was his reaction after set point. No damage done. Landed the racket nicely on top of the towel there. Going for a new restring. Just redirects the ball so well, does Alex Michelsen, coming across his body off both wings. He can redirect it line at will, accurately and deep. Pays dividends once again.
He might be heading off court for something. Another racket that has been requested.
Ready? Okay, 25-23 balls.
25-23.
Okay.
See that a lot more these days, mid-match.
So you think it's hot and lively today? You think he's going for a little more tension just to gather a bit more control?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
So he's got one racket in at the stringers. He's just sent another one. He wants them both back at the same time. Probably takes him 15-20 minutes to string a racket.
Mm-hmm. I guess it just depends if you're pulling one string at a time or if you're in a rush and you just pull 3.
15 love.
I think Karen would prefer just the one.
Yes.
Do you ever string your own racket, Robbie?
Oh yeah, that's why I mentioned pulling 3. Because...
You took a few shortcuts, did
oh
you?
yeah. Gets tiring after a while, doesn't it? It's one of the reasons I used to enjoy playing with Pro Blend. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Set of strings that last about 3 weeks, so it would save the fingers and the budget. But even though your arm was about to fall off after 3 weeks because you got nothing out of those strings, it was like playing with rope. As long as you saved a couple of bucks, that was all that mattered in the early days. How good is this guy's backhand, Wally?
I just love the way he can change direction.
Yep.
Does it so easily. I mean, that's tough to do. Ball coming across your body, you redirect it line. And not only does he redirect it line, he redirects it with authority.
Mm-hmm.
He hits it cleanly. He hits it deep. I mean, it's a real feature of Novak's game, isn't it? Particularly off that backhand wing. He can put that ball on a dime. This is impressive tennis from Michelsen. He's not taking a break either, is he, after the sit down? Winning a set can be like a punctuation mark, little lapse in concentration, but he's got his foot to the floor.
Oh, what a combo from both players, really. Nothing wrong with the return.
Great return. That's quick from Khachanov, because that's not easy. You've got to unravel from your serve and the ball's coming sharply across your body. He dealt with that well. He's winning the arm wrestle too, isn't he, Michelsen?
That's not easy to do against this guy.
No. He's not appreciating it. It was almost like he gestured, Khachanov gestured towards his box there. Which side do I go? Forehand or backhand?
Yeah.
Like where's the weakness? It's not apparent at this point.
for all the firepower that they've both possessed.
Advantage,
Lovely
Khachanov.
soft skills on display there.
Well, that was good, wasn't it? Each player just asking the other one, look, I'm in a difficult position, I'll put you in a difficult position. And finally, Khachanov just out-smoothed him. Maybe needed to take a couple more little steps to that backhand volley. It was one big lunge.
Again, Khachanov.
That's well anticipated. Once again, just quality points
One game.
after quality point being played by these two. Many more winners than unforced errors. And if this one goes deep, if this goes 4 or 5 sets in the heat of the day, fitness is going to become a premium. I was just listening to Christoph Fliegen talking about the off-season with Michelsen. They would do a variety of practice sessions whereby they would do about a 4-hour training block on 2 days a week, Wally. Other days they would split up 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, mix in a bit of fitness as well on either side. Something I wish I'd done more of was those long training sessions to mimic a match where you've got to concentrate for long periods of time. So Fliegen was saying what they would do is they would play for 2.5 to 3 hours on court and then go straight into a fitness session off the back of that to try and replicate long match conditions. That's Christoph on the right that you saw there in the white t-shirt.
15-0.
Yeah, and that's right. And training's got to be a bit of a sine wave, doesn't it? Because you can't just go hard, hard, harder. You've got to a couple of days heavy, a couple of days light. You've got to know your athlete, know what they're capable of.
And that's where he defaults to the strength and conditioning coaches.
Yeah. Well, whatever he's doing it right, Christoph Fliegen, because his man is playing awfully well. Ooh. And just as I say that, he gives us a wild double fault. Ball toss got a little low on him there. He ducked out of the way. A complete mishit.
I think the sun will be awkward. The sun comes from where the umpire's chair is at the moment. So as you're tossing it up from Michelsen's side, I think it'll be more on your eye line than the other end.
What a point. I mean, Michelsen...
He's done nothing wrong, has he?
I like the nous, the fact that
15,
out of the blue,
14.
He came forward when it was least expected. But how well did Khachanov play this point? Because that's a good volley. And look at this lob. Defensive lob. Absolutely perfect. And then 2 shots later, that virtually hit the line. And then he goes line forehand, which I think hit the line. Just inside. Unplayable.
Yeah. Geometric perfection on multiple occasions to bring up 2 break points. There's nothing
30, 14.
he can't do off that backhand wing.
Frustration mounting for Khachanov. He's now 0-3 on break points in this match. Nudging the hour. There it is. 1 hour on court. Michelsen just getting hurt a little bit in this game with a lack of first serves.
Again,
And he goes to the well once too often with that backhand line.
Khachanov needs 2
Looking
games
for an
to 1.
easy out, and Khachanov has affected the break. 2-1.
Time.
Buddy, I'm curious to hear from you.
Low 15.
When a match has been played like this, good level from both, let's say you are in Michelsen's camp, is there any input that needs to be given to him if he's been broken?
Well, I think...
Do you have to say anything, or
no,
just
I think
accept that he's playing
yeah,
well?
he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think probably the one thing you'd try to convince him... He did serve a double out of the blue. That was about the only thing he did wrong. But his first serve percentage in that previous game hurt him. You've just got to convince him that, that percentage matters. So whether that's a case of serving within yourself, just try to become a spot server. Don't over-serve. I mean, it's important. Khachanov took advantage of the fact that he got to look at a lot of second serves. You don't want that to happen too often. I mean, the one double fault was an anomaly. Don't worry about that. But first serve percentage in men's tennis is huge.
30-15.
But Khachanov, he played a great game, Khachanov, and that lunge volley that he, lunge lob, I should say, that he played in the previous game, that was absolute money. That pretty much won him the game. And Khachanov, he's showing us in this game the value of the first serve.
40-15.
Just dictating from the get-go. And there is the first serve percentage. So 50% is definitely a little too low at this level for Michelsen. And there's definitely been a lift from Khachanov and a slight dip from Michelsen.
Khachanov leads 3 games to 1.
Сейчас левая линия отлично. И кросс тоже более через... Я понимаю, я понимаю. Давай. Но на брейкпоинте ошибся. Так что давай, будет шанс еще, давай.
I love how authoritative the messages from Don Scott. Clearly know each other a long time.
We don't know what that message was, but it was delivered with authority.
Yeah. Sometimes that's more important than the actual ingredients, isn't it?
15 love.
Perhaps if you get both of those in symmetry.
So, Rob, you made a comment a few minutes ago about the physicality of this match and at what point will it start to play a part. And you spoke about the youth of Michelsen and the fact that he's only really ever done one proper pre-season as a pro. Khachanov, we know he can play at a very, very high level for a long time. He is physically prepared. So we are going to learn a little bit more about Michelsen as this match progresses, because it is an arm wrestle.
Just having a look at the 5-set record for both players. I could tell you what that is right now. Khachanov has played 15 5-setters. Michelsen has only played 2.
15.
So big difference in the experience if things go along and get physical. This is something that a fellow countryman, Pat Rafter, always highlighted to me. 80% of the easy passing shots go
Well, he had to go
cross court.
Yeah, but he had to go line there.
Yeah.
You had to go line, and then you make the volley back in front of you.
You watch how often when players have got an easy setup on the passing shot, they will tend to go across court. But the problem is most volleyers don't know what they're doing up there. Just kind of commit to the line. Well, if the guy's going to pass you, make him pass you at least over the highest part of the net. And I think the way you can induce the cross-court passing shot is you fake to the line with your shoulder, and at the last minute, you anticipate the cross-court with a lunge, just like Michelsen did. Still some work to be done here.
40, 30.
Just got to remember, it's only one breaker serve. Ace race is pretty tight. 4 apiece.
Left. First service. Again, Michelsen. Khachanov leads.
Still
3
looming
games to
large
15.
in the rearview mirror is Alex, but he is down a break. It's interesting, just before Michelsen sat down, it almost looked like he just shook out his left leg.
Couldn't be cramping this early in the piece, could he?
I don't think so. Just have a look at this again here. Comes to sit down.
Deflects.
Okay. Note taken.
Time.
Little air conditioning unit that they have for the players as well.
Expecting high 30s here in Melbourne on the weekend. That won't be great for the player or the fans' comfort.
Make sure you get yourself some merch at the AO shop. Saw a nice hat there. There's a couple of nice new hats. Of course, the AO 26 collection is available throughout Melbourne Park and online, featuring apparel, accessories, plenty of stuff for the fans. Just hit that QR code on AO shop.
Low 15.
So we talk about those pre-seasons, Robbie. So Khachanov at 29 years of age. I mean, he got a lot of miles in those legs. He's got a lot of matches under his belt. You talk about the disparity in the 15 v3, I think it was, best of 5 set matches, 2. Excuse me.
2 versus 15.
Yeah, so there's no question as this match progresses, the longer it goes, you think Khachanov will come out on top.
Not sure why I said 15, I meant 25. 25 versus 2.
25 versus 2.
Yeah.
Well, I said at the start of the commentary, I said, which player can turn those defensive points back in his favour? And it's actually Khachanov who's doing a better job of that at the moment once again. Desperate lunge defensive lob. Stays alive in the point. thought Michelsen had an opportunity to hit a bounce smash. He opted to play the standard ground shot, and Khachanov turns that point back in his favour. Did it in the game that he broke Michelsen in this set, a defensive lob. Well, there it is again. Defensive slice from Khachanov pays dividends. And Robbie, I don't know what you think, but hitting a drop shot off a ball with no pace is not that easy. It's actually easier to have a little bit of topspin coming onto your racket so you can get the bite.
And especially a slice. So the ball's literally going to go down off your strings if it's an oncoming slice.
He's almost better there playing a little inside-out short slice as opposed to the perfect drop shot.
Yep. Yeah, understanding how the ball's going to react off your strings is so important. Like a golfer picking the lie. Is it going to be a flyer? Is it going to come up slower, higher, lower?
Game Khachanov.
Just what Khachanov wanted mid-set. Comfortable hold. That was the last game with the old balls.
4 games to 2.
Just a quick look at what's been happening in the first set versus the second behind the players' second serves, Wally. You can see in the first set it was Khachanov that was getting punished behind his second serve, but a bit of a switcheroo for Michelsen in set number 2.
Yeah, and if you consider that Michelsen's serve, first serve percentage is only around 50%, it's important for him. If the second serve points one are below 50%, that's something he's got to address.
Yeah, well highlighted by Wally a little earlier on. Does know a thing or two about this game.
15 love.
Former US Open semi-finalist, is that correct, Wally?
Semi-finalist. Couldn't get to the final.
Wow.
Probably lucky I didn't, because Pete Sampras spanked the guy that beat me.
Was that when he beat Lendl?
No, it was, I lost to Cedric Pellin in the semi-finals.
Okay.
Cedric got me in the 4th round of Wimbledon that year too, but I did beat him in the one that mattered, the Hopman Cup. Thanks, Cedric. Ball's flying a little bit, new ball out of the can, it's fast. You saw those first 2 returns from Khachanov fly, big first serve missed there. Oh, he's using all of his experience, Khachanov. You see he drifted back there. It's new balls, it's lively. He drifted back. He gave himself plenty of time. Big, heavy forehand. And Michelsen was on the defensive from that point on. Pretty impressive from the Russian this second set, the way he's turned it around. Because he was outplayed in that first set. He did nothing wrong. He was outplayed, but he's turned it around very quickly.
40-15.
Matching one another ace for ace. Handful each. 2 in the set each. Made too many unforced errors in this set as Khachanov, but that was one there.
4 games to 3.
But he still has that all-important break in the second set.
Cain.
It doesn't get much better than that. The John Cain Arena, one of 3 stadiums that have a retractable roof here at Melbourne Park. It's the first of all the majors to have 3 retractable roofs. We came here in 1988, and what a final that very first one was here at Melbourne Park, Wally.
I remember it well. Good mate of mine, Pat Cash, Davis Cup teammate. He made the final at Cain in 1987. Lost that one to Stefan Edberg, and there was another Swede got the better of him here in 1988. Epic 5-set match.
Yeah, Mats Wilander.
Good contrast in styles. Cashy the aggressor, the serve volleyer, Wilander the backboard. But it kind of set the tone, didn't it, for Melbourne Park?
It did. Just what you would want in your inaugural year at a new venue. Captivated the nation.
Letzter Service.
8-6 in the 5th. Wilander eventually prevailed.
Pat Cash hopped on a plane straight after that final, flew to Mexico City for a Davis Cup tie, Australia v Mexico, and he won both singles and doubles.
No way.
3 matches over the weekend to beat a very strong Mexican team. So he was at the very top of his game, and that was on clay at about 10,000 feet.
30 love.
Sort of highlights the nature of the tour, how you've got to go from different surfaces, different time zones, different continents, and find your best game in a matter of moments. Well, there's no question, just the weight of shot from every part of the court from Khachanov is causing Michelsen some problems. He's just got to find that little physical spark to try to get on top of the rally early. He's had difficulty doing that here in the 2nd set.
Karen Khachanov.
And the errors that just were not there in the 1st set, starting to creep in for Michelsen in the 2nd.
Just a quick snapshot, which I think gives a good assessment of the 2nd set. Winners to unforced errors for Khachanov, 11 winners, just 5 unforced. But for Michelsen, only 3 winners, but 7 unforced errors. So Khachanov keeping it nice and clean. It feels like he's hitting the serve too low on this racket head.
Yeah. Well, your service motion doesn't change. It's usually the ball toss.
Love 15.
Or rhythm. Just slow down the start of your service action. Just give the ball toss another inch or 2 in height. Just think easy action hit. Don't try to serve an ace. Just get the rhythm right.
15.
Such a disparity
15-30.
in the set from when Michelsen makes that first serve versus when he doesn't. It goes from 92% of points won to 31.
Well, in this set, his first serve percentage is 48.
It's a failing grade in South Africa.
Yeah.
30.
Once again, the effectiveness of the first serve clearly evident.
Let's go. Come on.
40-30. Again, Michelsen.
Well, the second set is teed up nicely. Let's see whether Khachanov can put it to bed or not. It's 5-4.
Time.
Plenty to ponder on that change of ends for Khachanov. It's all about maintaining that high base level of play that he's been able to achieve in the opening 9 games of the second set. Of course, there's always an additional bit of pressure when you step up to the line to put the set on ice.
Oh, after all that hard work. Seemed like he had options there, Robbie.
Almost too many.
15 love.
But once again, were there enough little stutter steps, enough hustle to be in the exact perfect position to hit that ball with no pace?
Built the point so beautifully. Huge props for the defensive skills of this guy. Just never know, right? Keep that ball in play one more time. And it's sometimes as simple as that, because when you get up to the line at 15 love, the mindset is so much more relaxed than at love 15, trying to serve out a set. Because when you're relaxed, you're able to deliver a first serve like that, and suddenly it's 30 love.
Well, love 15 gives the returner a lot of energy, doesn't it? Gives them that little bit of spark, particularly against a big server. And we are seeing more unforced errors. There is no question the physicality of this first set has taken a bit of a toll on both players, but more so to Michelsen. He's been nowhere near as crisp in the second as he was in the first. we're seeing a lot of this, aren't we, where Michelsen, he's just defending. He can't seem to invest enough energy to get that first good strike in. And of course, we look at the radar there, that was 201 kilometres an hour, that serve. So therein lies the problem. It's just this constant barrage coming in your direction.
And Khachanov's been so much more effective coming forward in this set than he was in the previous one. Got himself 2 set points, Wally.
Again,
Only needs
second
one.
set, Khachanov.
That is a nice way to put a punctuation mark
6 games to 4,
on the
1
end
set.
of the second set. Both players have played particularly well in the sets that they've won. And this is nicely poised at a set apiece. It's not like the other player has played particularly poorly when they've lost the set. It's just been the quality coming from the other side of the court that has been the difference maker.
Robbie, and if I look at Michelsen, the fact that there was a number of points there where he played lunge slice, 2 or 3 in a row, and it's not the way forward. He's got to really invest to try to get back on top when he's in a defensive position, because you're just going to be pushed side to side by this man who's just going to take a short break after the second set. We'll have a look at the summary of set 2, and once again, little problem there for Michelsen, very low on that first serve percentage, and you can see, so half the time he's forced to hit second serves, and he's winning 36% of those. So in the men's game, that is problematic. And the winners v errors, very clean sheet there from Khachanov. 14 winners to 5 unforced errors. Only had the 2 break points, but of course only 1 was needed. Very good set from the Russian. We'll just have a look at the highlights here. And there's no question there was a little dip.
At that point,
This was
right
the
there.
point.
Yeah.
This was the point where he ended up losing this point, and it cost him his serve. And there was a double fault in that game as well as a lack of first serves. But just have a look at the accuracy. We spoke about the accuracy and the depth of Michelsen in that first set, but it was almost reversed, wasn't it? And it was Khachanov much more effective, as you said, Robbie, coming to the net. Because he was winning the arm wrestle, wasn't he, from the back of the court, so he could come in on his terms.
You might have seen in the bottom corner of the screen when we were showing the stats who the winner of this match takes on. It'll be either Chris O'Connell or Nishesh Basavaredi, and I can tell you they are duking it out as we speak on ANZ Arena. O'Connell won the opening set 6-4. And Moron serve in the second, O'Connell serving 5-6. DJ, clearly a big fan of Queen. And I think this break is going to do Michelsen the world of good as well.
Talking to himself there, just trying to muster up a little positivity. That is quite a sound system here. Cain Arena is rocking.
Of the vendors there, you can see New Balance on the right, so Ralph Lauren, Kia.
It's a huge precinct, isn't it?
It's one of the big advantages it has over a lot of the other majors. Of course, one of Wimbledon's.
It's a private club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trying to acquire more land across the road at the golf course. I guess one of the things that's holding it back in its development at the moment is it's got such a small footprint. They're just waiting for that land to get building consent so they can expand.
So, Robbie, since the Australian Open moved from Kooyong, which was a private club, Australian Open held on grass, to Melbourne Park. The Victorian government has invested $1 billion in this site.
Wow.
So constant improvements, constant upgrades, new stadiums, new facilities, new roofs. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
I guess that's one of the differences as well. They have the luxury of the state doing all the investment, whereas at Wimbledon, for example, the club has to obviously keep back money for any major projects that they want to do. That comes from within, not from the state or the local council.
A few words here from Christoph Fliegen.
I wonder how much they might be discussing points behind the second serve. As Wally was alluding to, a clear role reversal from set 1 to set 2. So your ability to defend your second serve could be very crucial in the outcome of this match, and especially this upcoming third set. So we'll keep an eye on that number and see whether it ends up being as big of a barometer in this third set as it has been in the opening two, Wally.
Well, there's a problem there, isn't there? So obviously he's got to improve his first serve percentage. That's fairly obvious from those statistics. But he's going to have to hit an amount of second serves. That is a given.
Yep.
And I think he has to invest a little more in that first ball. Or if he's stretched wide, yes, you can lunge, play it on the outside leg, play the defensive slice, take the left hand off the racket, play the slice backhand. But that's not working for him at the moment. Khachanov is too good off the ground. He's not going to miss those. He's capable of coming forward, taking them out of the air. I think Alex has got to try on some of those shots to keep his feet under his body, maybe even finish past the point of contact, but play a quality shot. So the quality of the shot will keep him in the point, not the end range lunge. So, you know, a bigger investment of energy initially, as opposed to, you know, sort of ferreting around at the back of the court playing lunge slices time and time again.
Yeah, fair enough. And those fans that watch tennis here in the arena, they know where to sit. The sun is, of course, sparsely populated for obvious reasons. So plenty in the shade. The all-important third set. He's got it on a string. I can only imagine that neural pathway for his backhand down the line is more like a neural highway.
Well, I don't mind the play. You're up in the count. 30 love. I think with someone who's as tall as Khachanov, maybe, and he takes such big swings, obviously, maybe just slide that into the body. Try to tighten it up a little bit if you are going to serve and volley. Don't give him a free cut at it.
With loss for some more first serves, he's must be listening to you, Wally.
Well, I'm sure Christoph was chatting to him about that at the end of the second set, because it's probably the one glaring issue with his game as that second set played out. And there's a dropping ball toss once again. So the action is quick, the ball toss is low, he's trying to catch up to it. Just needs to lengthen out the ball toss, change the rhythm.
Again, Michelsen.
It's very interesting. Listen to Fleegan talking about their initial contact and getting started together. They played in Shanghai, and he was signed up for 3 weeks at the end of the year just to observe and get some feedback. And one of the technical tryouts that they had was at the tail end of the season when he was playing against Zizou Bergs. That was in Paris, and he lost to him, and it didn't work. The little adjustment that Fleegan thought needed to be made. And he said, even from that era, he realized the communication between him and Alex was going to be good, because Michelsen, first of all, was prepared to try it. And then, even though it didn't work, he was prepared to take ownership of it. Have that open line of communication. Okay, I didn't like it, it didn't work. Okay, let's move on. And that's what he enjoyed about the off-season, is for the first time they had a chunk of time together to work on something. And he made a nice comparison between somebody like Michelsen, who plays a lot of tennis, versus the top players when they make changes, Wally. Because they get more weeks off, their ability to implement change, he felt, a little easier than players who need to play a full schedule. Not something I ever thought about much, but it makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, look at Novak, a really limited schedule. He's still 4 in the world. The quality's there. And then, as you say, time to prepare the body or make any technical changes that you feel are valid. And then you look at a player like Francis Tiafoe, who took a chunk of time off at the end of the year to address a few issues, whether it be with his coaching group, personnel, or something that he's working on in his game. It's a pretty full season, isn't it, if you play a full season? There's a pattern emerging here, Robbie. He's winning the arm wrestle at the back of the court. Khachanov.
No. Oh my God, it was like a gun. Okay, I did not hear at all. 15.
Because at the majors, we don't have a net machine.
Well, Michelsen said it was incredibly loud. How did you not hear it? Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. I mean, that was a second serve, but, you know, it was 159. It was not a bad second serve, but he made a big investment in the first strike. And I think the way forward for Michelsen is he's got to make that investment early in the rally. He's got to work really hard to get that first strike. Maybe he'll make a couple more errors, but just moving laterally across the court, playing defensive slices, I don't think that is going to get a result ultimately. He's just settling into his work, Khachanov, and I think there's probably 2 ways to approach breaking somebody. You play big and you hope to catch fire with consecutive good shots, and he's just going to change rackets here, Michelsen. Not sure if it's about the tension or maybe he just broke a string at the bottom of the frame. Or you build pressure. Michelsen built pressure in the first set, but maybe this set, the third set, is a slightly different approach. Take a few chances on second serve. Try to catch fire in one game. And there it is, that's it. Invest early. Good stinging return, and straight away he took a chance on the next backhand, and here it is. So of course the first serve is problematic in terms of getting it back, but if he gets a look at a second serve here, I'd like Michelsen to be just as aggressive.
He's mixed it up nasty on break points. backhand is filthy feel. It's one of the hardest things to do, I think, when you're moving forward aggressively. To hit the ball softly.
I was always taught the answer to a drop shot is a drop shot, but you're right, Robbie. A lot easier said than done. The feel has to be perfect because you've got so much forward momentum.
Yeah, I'll describe Wally. He's got a lot of skills set, this guy.
Oh, wow.
He has mixed it up so well on serve. He's gone T unreturned. Ace out wide unreturned. T again unreturned. Those are just the three I can remember serving at break point.
Все у тебя нормально, он сзади не лучше тебя играет. А много ты даже получше. Я пока не понимаю, как усиливать, когда.
Well, that is clinical from Khachanov. I mean, the serving down break point was absolutely perfect, spot on, as was that backhand down the line. So crisis averted. How easy does he make that look? And that is a feature of the modern game that I just can't get my head around, how accurate these players are when they don't have a target. Much easier to hit that close to the line when you've got someone at the net and you've sort of got parameters and you've got a target, but it's an open court.
Wally, how much do you think that is a byproduct of the string and racket technology? The racket's so much bigger than certainly the early days when I was playing. A wooden racket was 65 square inches. The sweet spot was about the size of a pea.
Nicely done there. But I think too, Robbie, yes, yeah, I mean, the technology's changed enormously. It's changed the game. No question about it. And the poly strings give you so much spin, so you can hit with real authority and you get the ball to drop with the revolutions. But I think too, it's an evolution of the game. You know, I remember when Andre Agassi, he's... Ooh. I think maybe that ball dropped on middle too. But, you know, Agassi, when I first saw him play and when I first played him, I was just astonished at how accurate he was from the back of the court with no target. So he sort of brought, you know, great champions bring something to the game and then the rest of the players pick up on it. Once it's known, and it becomes the next step or the next evolution in the game. You know, the Pete Sampras platform serve. Everything just rolls on from there and players take it to another level.
A couple of head nods towards the coaching camp, as if to say, yeah, that felt good on serve, and certainly did. It's a quick hold, 2-1.
Pounds, not kilos. And this one too. Yeah, it should be there. Yo, Chris, is there enough for two? Is there enough?
Yes, yes. Just tell him yes, I'll take it.
Man, I just sat down. 5 seconds. I just sat down.
Time.
Well, Wally, I just wanted to pick up on the conversation that we're having before the break. We're talking about Andre coming to the fore, but when Andre came to the fore, you had the bigger rackets, right, already?
Yeah.
So that would have helped the precision shot making that he brought to the table. One of my biggest regrets in the evolution of the sport is that they let the size of the racket heads get out of whack. I think it should have been kept at about 80 or 85 square inches. I don't mind the technology in obviously graphite or graphene or whatever else they made the rackets with, but I wish we had kept. I think it would also be nice, certainly from a comparative point of view. You're having a look at this generation versus the previous one, if at least if the equipment was similar.
Yeah, you can't compare eras, can you?
No.
Not the same game. Well, that was nice there from Michelsen. He was pushed wide, but he didn't play the defensive slice. He got out there with 2 hands on the racket, played with a bit of quality. But I think too, Robbie, you're right. I mean, yes, the rackets made a huge difference. And then the poly strings, which came in the late 90s, you know, took it another step further. But I look at Andre, and, you know, I saw a video of Andre when he was 4 years old, hitting with Jimmy Connors, I think, in Las Vegas. And the guy was hitting the ball quite well at 4 years of age. So my point being too that...
Yes.
You know, training intensified. You know, the academies started to bloom.
Of course,
you know,
they
you
did.
had Bolletieris and Hotmans and kids at young ages hitting balls for 4, 5, 6 hours a day. So everything just ramped up.
You're right. You're right. And I'm a big believer that great ball strikers with a big racket would still be a great ball striker even with 65 square inches.
Yeah, but it's an interesting discussion, isn't it? Because the players are getting, look at the frames of these two guys, and you look at the champions of yesteryear. I mean, a lot of them were under 6 feet. And then, you know, obviously Nadal, Federer, Novak, just over 6 feet. But, you know, some of these guys now, Khachanov, 6'6".
Yeah, Djokovic definitely more than just over 6 feet. He's probably around 6'2", 6'3" at least.
And then you put the new technology in their hands, and it's awesome.
For as much commentating as we do, every time I go courtside and watch a match, I still can't believe how good these guys are.
Yeah.
That's why I always encourage people to come and watch tennis live.
And the movement. You know, the movement for me is just phenomenal, how they can sort of play those open stance defensive shots and then power back into the court. And the longevity of the players. I mean, whatever they're doing off court.
They're investing a lot more, having physios travel with them. Physios become almost as important as a coach these days, strength and conditioning.
Karen Khachanov.
And of course, not only strength and conditioning trainers, but dietitians as well. And of course, that's who Alex Michelsen has in his box, sitting alongside Christoph Fliegen, Byron Manning. Here's the other Aussie voice that we were hearing, fitness trainer and sports dietitian. That is your engine, your body. There's Byron on the left. The white hat.
Low 15.
I can certainly attest to eating properly. I don't know if you ever remember the book by Dr. Robert Haas, Eat to Win. It was considered the sports nutrition Bible 35 years ago. And I thought it was brilliant. Good stuff. Couldn't believe how much energy I had when I ate properly. It was a game changer for me, Wally.
Well, Robbie, eat a hamburger, play like a hamburger. Wow. Saw the serve early. He's got a big reach.
15-13.
Serve came down at 175. I would suggest that forehand return was somewhat similar in pace.
Yeah, make sure you got a soft place for your jaw to land when you watch that one. Well, it's not the second serve that's been the problem for Michelsen in this game. It's been how well Khachanov has returned the first. Two BPs.
Seems almost imperative now that Michelsen stays on top in the points. He's having a lot of trouble in the rallies, turning a deficit into a positive. Oh. He has cleaned the line. That was brave. I mean, he has trust in this shot, but that ball, close call, certainly was, straight through the line. That is brave. Break point down. It's a big step. It's a big step. To this final backhand slice. I mean, we start to talk about physicality. Well, two little steps is better than one big step, and Alex Michelsen, he took a lunge. So when you take a big lunge and then you hit the ball, you're almost dragging yourself back off the ball as you make contact. You've got to use your legs to get through that slow slice. That hurt. Low ball toss again.
That's world class.
And we talk about that investment. That's what has to happen for Michelsen on that wide ball. Take it on. Keep your feet under your body. No big lunges.
Yeah, another break point for Khachanov, and we're going to have a quick look at where Michelsen likes to serve at break point down, and you can see the vast majority of the time he's enjoying the serve out wide on the juice, but especially so on the ad. Does he stick with Old Faithful? He's been able to save 6 out of 7 so far. feet of left let him down.
3 times in that game. 3 times it was a lunge, and that was most unusual.
3-2, the Russian leads. Third set.
Robbie, I'm going to go out on a limb.
Yeah.
They're a little fatigued.
Was it fatigue or was it just not picking up the flight to the ball there?
Yeah, but there was 2 slices in. He just took one massive step. You know, there was no little steps. You know, you've almost got to finish past the point of contact when you've got no pace to work with on the slice.
Yeah.
And that volley, I mean, he was nowhere near that. Is he feeling heavy?
I'd love to ask him right now.
Well, what have we been in progress? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
Yep.
Down at court level there, it's a lot hotter than it would suggest on the thermometer. Court soaks up the heat, throws it back at you.
Yes.
And you're dealing with the weight of shot of Khachanov.
The third meeting in 12 months between these two. They played in the third round last year. Michelsen coming out on top, but in Toronto it was Karen who got the better of them in straight sets. It's Khachanov who has been able to draw first blood in this third set. He's got new balls to try and back up the break.
Love 15. No.
Right on the 2 hour mark.
$30-15.
3:15 local time, so we're really coming into the peak heat of the day now.
There's no dip with Khachanov, is there? He just keeps coming. There's no dip at all. .197, 201. The power it's on tap throughout.
40-15.
At 29 years of age, he's strong. He's played a lot of tennis, a lot of pre-seasons.
It's been a very clean match thus far from him. He was outplayed in the opening set. He didn't play badly. Michelsen was just so on point.
What? Second time. I called it. Yeah, but...
Yeah, I think
It's a fault.
testimony to the quality output from Khachanov. The winners to unforced errors ratio has been fantastic. Even though he lost the first set, had more winners than unforced errors, and his total is looking pretty healthy at the moment, Wally.
Yeah, 36 winners total, 21 errors, perfect.
Michelsen's in the positive too. He's at +3 for the match.
Yes, come on.
He loves that return. He sees it better than most.
And I think that's a chance, that's a risk he's got to take. On second serve, he's got to try to get the first strike in. Good court position there, just on the baseline. You don't need to be too aggressive. The ball's pretty quick. It's coming onto the racket nicely. It's more about timing it. Need to see more of that. We heard Christoph Liegen, the coach of Michelsen, earlier in the match saying, don't jump at the return. Don't jump at the return. Let it come to you. Be stable. That's good skills for a big man. I mean, how fast did he prepare after the big first serve? I mean, the first serve was 198. It was thumped straight back at him, and he was ready for the half volley. That's extremely sharp.
You're going to go for your plus ones. Keep on doing your job. Come on, man. Come on. And we still believe that it can turn around. Huh? Here we go. Here we go, man.
Let's go, mate.
Come on, man. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
Words of encouragement more than anything. Still believe.
Take a seat, young players. Thank you.
Don't lose heart. It's just the one break.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about the scoring system in the sport. Can't run down the clock. The opponent has to win the final point. So as long as you're out there, there's still hope. Can't win it in the clubhouse. Tennis, you've got to make the equivalent of that 3-foot putt. You have to close the door.
See, Robbie, once again, that's he's just not there to the pitch of the ball. I mean, it wasn't hit particularly hard, but it was a lunge to the backhand there. He was not behind the ball whatsoever on a shot that was not that far wide of him. So that's why I start to think, is it the physicality of the match that's bringing Michelsen undone?
And even in the points that he is winning, Khachanov is doing a good job of extracting energy out of Michelsen. That's another good example of a point there. With the chip return. A subtle change up from the Russian. So he's dropped the hammer there as Michelsen. That's nice. 2-10 at 1. He's left a little bit of a vapor trail. It's 4-3.
Can I get some water, please? Thank you.
Time.
Oh, we had some record crowds over the opening 2 days. This is day 3 of a live coverage. Margaret Court Arena with its terracotta-coloured roof. Each and every year, always trying to provide more shading for the fans.
One of the great benefits of this Grand Slam is you can see the city skyline in the background, and that is literally a 5 to 7 minute walk away. So plenty of hotels, plenty of restaurants right on the doorstep of this facility. So for travelling fans coming to the Open, makes life easy.
Left, the service.
Well, Alex has to treat every return point here as a little contest. He's got to be so desperate. Nothing you can do about that, but he's got to be desperate to get the ball in play. And then he's really got to invest heavily physically to get that first strike in. Here's an opportunity now with the second serve. Let's see what his attitude is. Well, in my mind, it's the right idea. He made the return. He was balanced. He had to try to make something happen.
Again, I don't mind that play. In fact, I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, he probably just needed to get a bit more width, didn't he, on the backhand down the line. He played it pretty much centrally up the court, so he didn't buy a lot of time to get in. Yeah, but for the double-handers, you wonder why they don't do it more, because they're so strong with that left hand on the racket just to hook that ball down the line, get in quickly. Well, he certainly tried to make things happen, but the execution wasn't quite right. Missed that by a matter of centimetres. There was a forehand cross court that missed by about the same distance. So he's made his intentions clear. He's not in it for the long haul. He's going to try to get on top of the point quickly.
Has been broken once, though, even with that very impressive first serve percentage in this set.
Well, I'll go out on a limb. I reckon he's battling physically, Robbie.
I think so. Just the way he looked over to his camp there.
Just taking all sorts of chances, isn't he?
15-13.
Michelsen. They can go two ways quickly. He could sting the Russian with a series of well-struck shots, or the unforced errors stack up quickly. And he's down 2-1. There it is again.
15-14.
Khachanov with a chance to take an iron fist grip on this contest.
Well, I made the point that Alex had to invest early in the rally and try to get on top, but he's been a little bit extravagant with his shot selection, just overplaying now on 3 occasions. There's that low ball toss, drags it down into the net. Well, he's made his intentions clear, Michelsen. If it's short and he's balanced, he's going to hit it hard. Does not want extended rallies at this point, it would seem.
He's kept it tighter than the taxman's purse, has Khachanov. And he is worthy of a 2-1 lead.
2-1.
Quality shot making. Alex Michelsen taking a quick bathroom break by the looks of things. And whilst he does that, we'll take a look at some of those numbers in this third set, where Michelsen's first serve percentage was the best it's been. But the returning of the first serve by Khachanov was top tier stuff. When he broke him, there were a couple of winners, a couple of big first serve returns. Not often that you see numbers like that. Player with 77% first serves in, winning 71%, getting broken twice. Michelsen as well, he hasn't played a bad set of tennis, but you've got to give a lot of credit to the man on the other side of the net. Michelsen with more winners than unforced errors, but when it mattered most, Karen was just simply too good. Like that. That was part of the game where you broke him initially in the first break of serve in set number 3. And then he just poured it on thereafter. The first break coming in the 5th game, and the second for the set in the 9th, and he knew it as soon as that ball left his strings, that it was destined for greatness. And if you saw his reaction at the end of the first set when Michelsen was playing so well, he looked over to his camp, palms facing the heavens, as if to say, what do I do against this guy? He's playing so well. But he's knuckled down, and he's turned things around beautifully. DJ is going local. I mean, who doesn't like a little bit of John Farnham? Well, my co-commentator, he's just strapped on his dancing shoes for a little bit of JF.
The Voice.
Oh, yeah.
So, Robbie, Leighton Hewitt's wedding, The Voice, Johnny Farnham played at Leighton Hewitt's wedding.
Oh, wait.
Played all his hits. Fantastic. Small venue, intimate crowd. And he said, I'm going to play you a song. He said, I wish I'd written. And you know what he rocked into?
What?
And he did it unbelievably.
Tell us.
AC/DC's It's a Long Way to the Top, if you want to rock and roll.
Behave.
Because I'm sure that anybody in that entertainment industry, in the music industry, yeah, you listen to the lyrics of that song, it's probably the journey, but he was phenomenal. And he's recovering. He's had some health issues, but
yes,
apparently he's on the road to recovery and doing well, which is good news.
I paid homage to AC/DC Lane already. Didn't take me long. I was only here a day or two in Melbourne. Of course, he made me aware of the new sign just off Flinders Street. I've always been a big fan of them. A couple of the Aussie bands, In Excess, Midnight Oil.
Crowded House played here on the opening night for the Open. So Alex Michelsen makes his return. Now, is this break what he has needed to arrest the slide? We will see. I feel there's been some evidence that he just feels a little heavy, a little fatigued with the physicality of this contest, and it's not like end of a marathon running fatigue, but it's just those little stutter steps, the quick adjustments that need to be made, you know, 2 little steps instead of 1 big lunge. We've seen a few lunges at end range, which is not going to get the job done against Khachanov. He's just too solid from the back of the court to make a slew of errors. To let you in, you've got to earn it. So Michelsen, he's got a lot of work to do here. 2 straight sets against the number 15 seed. It's a big ask, given what we've just witnessed.
Time. Four sets. Khachanov to serve.
And it just keeps coming, Robbie.
It's been like a tsunami-size wave of attack. Just keeps coming at you.
$15.
I'll tell you what would be a great antidote to Michelsen's fatigue, if there is any, is an early break right here. I think that's wise of Khachanov just to take a little bit of time here at 15:30. Take the towel. Understands the importance of keeping the momentum, keeping his nose out in front. Can't defend against shot making like that, though.
15-14.
That's the chances that he was trying to take at the back end of the third set, which didn't pan out for him. This is kind of what I'm talking about, Robbie. Keep your feet under your body. See where he finishes? He actually finishes past the point of contact. Don't take the big lunge and the defensive slice. Commit. Quality of the shot will keep you in the point.
$13-14.
Khachanov has done a good job. He saved 5 of the 6 break points that he's faced. such a good job of mixing things up as well. Just kept the American honest. Couple out wide, couple down the tee. Being bang on with the accuracy.
Michelsen's intentions are clear, aren't they? He's not looking for any extended rallies.
Yes.
Then he's taking over a little bit, so maybe going a little bit more cross, open the court. Okay, here we go.
Come on, bud.
Oh, tough, mate, tough.
Well, at deuce, Michelsen was willing to work to stay in the point and build the point. Once again, it's the power of both wings from Khachanov. Look at the accuracy there, the depth, and that ball is not coming back.
Placed with precision and power.
But look at the margins. Foot or two inside the line, foot or two above the net.
These guys are good.
There it is again. Safe margins. A heavy ball that turns into a winner.
First game, 4 sets.
And when you're marrying that many winners with few unforced errors, makes for a good combination, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's getting less and less. It's a sliding scale for both players and declining for Khachanov and ascending for Michelsen, those unforced errors.
Yeah. Corresponding nicely with the sets that have been won.
I would argue sometimes, you know, as a statistician, you've got to make a call.
Okay.
Is it an unforced error or a forced error?
Oh, yeah.
I would argue some of them are forced errors.
Yep.
If you're down there feeling the pace and the weight of shot, and you know that if you don't play some quality back, you're going to get hurt on the next ball. So they call that an unforced error, but I think in a lot of respects you've been forced into error. It's the implied threat of what's coming that forces you to overplay. So, Robbie, what's your win predictor right now?
I'm going 87-13 in favour of Khachanov.
I tend to agree. Yeah, maybe we get a chance to look at the official win predictor, Robbie, see if you're in tune with the data.
74-26.
They're a little more conservative than you.
What's that thing about fortune favouring the brave?
Well, you are a sort of fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy.
Just go for the green. Just take out that 3-iron and have a crack.
Well, absolutely imperative for Michelsen. He's just got to keep that scoreboard pressure on. We know he's... Oh, I like that play, but there it is again, the lunge. He's actually got to make that volley, and his body weight, he has to commit to it to a degree that his body weight almost finishes past the ball. Let's have a look at this. So the racket is way out to the side of the body. He's got to get behind it. Very hard to have strength when you're at end range, particularly on that backhand wing. Didn't mind the play, though. And there's that low ball toss, which results in an error that's maybe 8 or 9 feet long on the first serve. And there it is, another low ball toss where he collapses. The left side of his body just falls away.
Khachanov pointing to his head, saying, I should know that that forehand is coming cross court.
Advantage, Michelsen. Again, Michelsen.
Every break point now for Michelsen, it takes on a greater magnitude, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Just given the quality of Khachanov serving and the way he's playing.
It affects the energy levels as well, if you do get broken. Fatigue seems to be exaggerated when you're down a break versus when you're up one.
Low 15.
That was very nice.
Just asked the question here, didn't he? On the approach, just shoveled it line, covered line. Certainly didn't overplay the approach. Put the pressure on Khachanov after he'd won that first point.
And the slightly slower approach gives him more time to get into position.
Yeah, split your step.
15, 13.
I mean, that's a joke how good that is. He's made it look so easy, but we know how tough that shot is.
Yep. So the ball's coming across your body. It's relatively deep. You haven't got a lot of time to prep, but perfectly played. Changing the line of flight's the hardest thing to do in tennis, but these players do it with consummate ease. Probably at this stage of the match, and you can't blame Michelsen for just trying to get into the point, but maybe he has to take more chances on the second serve. It's just about the shortest baller who'll get in any rally at the moment. It was a good return, but immediately he was on the defensive, and he just doesn't seem to have the physicality to turn that around. When you're running so deep in the court, you're in the shade, you're in trouble. He's too strong. He's too physical.
Khachanov leads 2-1.
And he's too cunning. He's got a 2-1 lead in this fourth set. He's shown some great soft skills.
He really has too, hasn't he, on that forehand slice in particular, that forehand defensive slice, or the return.
There's a couple of nice backhand slices as well at the end of range. He's had to defend. I often think of Karen as one of those guys who can only...
Well, there's a case in point right there, isn't there? And then he just dumps this at the feet. He's full of running.
Once again, playing with such good margins. Dexterity in the wrist, windscreen wiper action to get that thin contact.
He's got a very strong one, hasn't he? It's got an extreme western on that forehand. But it seems hard. He doesn't seem to be, you know, some players with that extreme grip, think of Iga Swiatek in the women's draw, with that extreme grip. She can kind of get hurt when the ball goes into the forehand hard and fast, but for some reason Karen seems to have all the time in the world, even when he's not presenting a very square racket face to the ball. And sometimes with that grip too, it's hard when you're at full extension.
There you go, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
Come on, come on. Focus on what's ahead. Come on.
Team Michelsen trying to keep their man positive. Has to see himself as the winner in this match. As difficult as that might seem at the moment.
15-0.
Shout out to both players for the quality of the contest. Khachanov 46 winners, 23 unforced. Michelsen 32 winners, 28 unforced.
Both in positive territory. Doesn't happen often.
Touch it.
Go on, mate. Keep building points. Come on.
30.
You know you don't get any pointers and you need to be solid as well. If you go for too much, it's gambling. You get it? Here you go, come on. Trust yourself. Trust yourself in those points.
Interesting, isn't it? I'm saying invest and go for it, and then obviously there's the rub. Don't overplay. Don't take too many chances. There are times where you have to build a point, or otherwise it's just gambling.
40.
It's always about finding that balance, isn't it?
It's the eternal question, isn't it? What shot to play when?
Khachanov's hit 5 balls in that rally, 4 of them were chips. So again, this guy's no one-trick pony. It's been a nice evolution in his game over the years, from a guy who just used to bludgeon the cover of the ball to someone who's got a bit of nuance to their game now.
Well, that was well done. He was in trouble there, Michelsen. Big stretch, big lunge out to the forehand side. Didn't get much on it, but he gets right on the next ball. And that's what I kind of mentioned at the start of this match. Turning defence into attack. It's hugely important because they're both big hitters and they're both going to control X amount of points. But there are times where you've just got to turn that around. He did beautifully there, Michelsen. Gives himself a game point.
That is such a good quality return of the first serve. That's how he was able to swing the third set in his favour.
Let's go.
The first time he broke Michelsen in that third set in the 5th game. It wasn't because he got to look at a whole lot of second serves. It was because of first serve returns like that.
Advantage Michelsen.
Come on, let's go.
Then Michelsen.
That's another
Come on.
hard hat hold.
2 games all.
Good response, wasn't it, from Michelsen? There it is. There's the reaction to the hold. He knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, testimony, as I said, to the quality of this match. Have a look at the winners and unforced errors for both here. Very much in the positive, especially Khachanov. That's why the tennis has been so easy on the eye for Wally and myself, as well as all of you watching along with us.
Well, there's building a point.
Love 15.
So that's been the message from Christoph Fliegen. Look, there are times when it's there to hit, but at times you've got to build a point. Use the cross court. He certainly did on that occasion. Open up the court. So now, does that give him a little bit of a spark? Just winning the first point of the game. Okay, he's done it again. A little more patient.
Love 30.
We saw Michelsen really push the envelope at the back end of the third. We surmised, or at least I surmised, he was feeling a little bit of fatigue. He didn't want the longer points, but here he has dug in twice.
Yep.
Two consecutive points.
Keep an eye on that Rolex clock as well. When one more minute passes by, it's another significant milestone because it'll be the 5th longest match, this one, that he's played at a major.
15, 13.
There it is now. Of course, the next... He came out on top, actually, in that match against Tsitsipas, right here. It was last year. 2 hours and 43 minutes it took to beat Steph. 2 hours and 50 to beat Lehechka.
What's his longest?
3 hours 28.
Okay, I've got a while to go. He'll need to take this to 5.
Only twice has he been over the 3-hour mark in his career at majors, Wally.
And he did it so well in the first set. After that backhand line, should have he approached, because it was a floated...
30.
Well, we're calling it a squash shot, Robbie. The floated slice on the forehand from Khachanov that kept him in the point. Had Michelsen followed that in, he would have had about a chest-high backhand volley, forehand volley.
The defensive skills have been so good from Khachanov.
And in the first set, Michelsen was following those penetrating backhand line drives into the net.
Uh-oh. All the time in the world. That's why he was so frustrated.
30, 40.
I miss that, coach.
Тяжелый мяч. Давай, come on.
As you get more fatigued, if you're Michelsen, making those explosive moves forward after a good shot become tougher and tougher to do. Got to push the envelope. Let's see what he can do here.
Yes.
That is just cold stone killer.
Yeah.
I'm in charge.
I know you're in charge. The clock's at 0. He's not even at the line.
Yeah, but okay, come on, it's the first time 0, man.
Yeah, but you've told me to wait 15 times.
Focus, hey.
Well. So, Michelsen complaining that he had reached 0 on the shot clock. Karen said, that's the first time. Give me a break. Umpire saying, I'm in charge. Do you want to rattle Karen's cage?
I think you try anything right now. Michelsen does have a point, right? There's no wriggle room for a first time. A first-time offence is a first-time offence. It is only a warning anyway. It's not like you lose a serve. And I'm big on that. You've got to be fair to both players.
Come on, channel that energy. Come on, positive. Come on, come on.
There's a bit of subjectivity to that, isn't it? It's when the umpire post a point, when he starts that 15 seconds. I mean, it varies.
So that's fine, but once it gets to 0, though, Wally, that's a different scenario altogether, right?
Yeah, but as long as he's fair, too, with the...
With the starting and the stopping.
Yeah. Well, I like this, Robbie. We've had the, the great hitting, the tactical battle. Then it's turned into a physical battle. Now Michelsen trying to turn it into a personal battle.
Yes.
хорошо раскладывал сейчас. Хорошо, давай.
It's got the fiery kick of some good Russian vodka.
Sounds like you've had a bit of that lately. Over the Christmas break, perhaps.
Keeps his nose out in front. This has been a good contest.
Khachanov leads 3 games.
So if he's at 0, he doesn't get a crown. I'm just wondering. I agree, and that's fine. But he's told me to wait 15 times. I've had to wait for him for like 10 different occasions.
Time.
Whenever players are getting a little fatigue, or we think they're getting fatigue, one of the things we look at is perhaps the second serve average speed. And you can see from Michelsen there's been quite a big drop-off here in this 4th set. 162 to 153. Khachanov's not only maintained his, but just ticked it up 1 or 2 notches.
And Michelsen, he carried on that argument, didn't he, about reaching 0 on the shot clock throughout the course of that sit-down, suggesting that Karen's made him wait on numerous occasions, and he was at 0, so where's the warning? The time warning. Perfectly entitled to fight his corner, ask the question.
Got to play to the pace of the server. But saying that, you can't, what I call quick serve an opponent. So the first 15 seconds is what the barometer is that the chair umpire will use. Pretty much belong to the returner. Thereafter, you need to be ready to return if the server's ready to be serving.
So you could see on that occasion, struck the backhand cleanly down the line, and he was on his way in. Hesitancy to do that in the previous return game might have cost him the break.
Good stuff. 2 hours and 51 minutes on the clock now means that this has become the 4th longest match that Michelsen has played at a major. Just past that match against Lehechka here in 2024.
Game Michelsen.
Well, that's quite the change-up. 133.
3 games off.
On a first serve. The element of surprise at 40 love, why not?
$15 love. $15. 30-15.
Well, if a player's crowding you on the baseline, that is just about the perfect serve. Sliding it into the left hip, you deny the returner a chance at a full swing, and he caught that awfully late there, Michelsen. So Khachanov has served extremely well today, particularly when he's been in trouble, but the second serve has been heavy, well placed.
Yeah, you got the feeling that was a little quicker than the average second serve, that one, wasn't it?
He really zipped that one in there.
Tell you his average second serve speed is 163 kilometers an hour. That last one at 15 all was 174. Both with the same average second serve speed, right around that 163 mark.
Oh, wow. He saw it.
30-40.
He saw it early, and he actually didn't overplay. It was a very smooth return. Got a lot of racket on this. Have a look at that. That's a measured return. You see the follow through is not extravagant. He just took all the pace off the ball, and that was incredible in terms of its accuracy. The power was there, married with accuracy. Oh, look, that must be so disheartening, Robbie. Gee, you work so hard to get a break point, and it just gets snuffed out. And yes, it's been great serving, but how about the variety? Wide or tee?
Yep. So careless. That is so annoying because it's his beloved backhand that's let him down.
Karen Khachanov.
He has been so effective with the serve on the outside.
4 games to 3.
Had Michelsen at odds. 4-3 in the fourth and a 2-1 lead for Double K.
So many break points saved with those big first serves, and he doesn't even have to contest the point. I mean, it's such a safety valve, isn't it, for him? So, Robbie, here at John Cain Arena, they just shift the roof subtly to give both players at each end the same amount of shade.
Time.
Obviously, as the sun moves across the western sky, you would get all sorts of shadow lines at the back of the court there, but they just shift it. You can see it's equidistant to the baseline, the shade line. Just trying to be fair to both players if they want to catch a little break back in the shade. John Cain, of course, was the Premier of Victoria when this facility was built. He was a prime mover in getting the Australian Open to this site. So apt that he would have a stadium named after him.
Off the ball movement. See, just getting back to your point about unforced errors. If you're saying that you always need to take into consideration what sort of movement is going on the other side of the net, then how do you decide it's an unforced error? For me, you have to look just at the strike. Because there's always off-the-ball movement, right?
Yeah.
Whether you choose to concentrate on it, well, that's still part of the unforced error.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I take your point, Robbie, and I think that's the simplest way to do it, for sure. Otherwise, you are getting quite subjective, aren't you, as to what is an unforced error. But to me, sometimes, you know, there's an implied threat. If you're going to paddle the ball back to Rafa's forehand, for example, or... There's just that element of fatigue that I felt just crept into the Michelsen game there, just a tired backhand. Yeah, so I'm sort of suggesting you're on the full stretch. You've got Carlos Alcaraz at the other end winding up for a forehand and you make an error. Well, yeah, it's an error, but you had to try to make something happen.
I think full stretch, 100%.
Good night.
Full stretch, I'm with you.
But you could say, well, that was an unforced error because, hey, you didn't make it.
Let's go!
40-15. Karen Khachanov. Fourth game over.
He's going to go flat wide.
So, yeah, that's okay. But then,
Yeah.
okay, but then you need
He's surging out of his ass.
Exactly, exactly.
So give him another spot.
No, do it. It's okay. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Well, the match just ticking over into its third hour. Good discussions taking place there, Wally.
Well, Alex kind of summed it up, didn't he, on break point?
He is serving out of his bully.
Proverbial.
Let's go!
Okay.
Low 15.
Well, he is loving serving to that ad side today, isn't he?
It's 18 aces for the match. And I would suggest, Robbie, about 9 of those have come when he's been down break point. That was love 15, but he has served well when he's been under pressure.
Fifteen, 13.
Все правильно делаешь. Крыл кросс, нормально, нормально. Давай, терпи, дружище, давай.
He's giving him both the vamos and the davai. Russian equivalent. Davai. Come on. Vamos.
It's an international game.
Yep.
Come on, vamos. No, he leaned backhand to cover the wide. But, I mean, even if he tries to cover this, can he get a racket on it?
I'm not sure it would have made any difference.
No, 196 on the outside edge of the line. So, love 15, ace out wide, 15-30, ace T. He's serving so well to this backhand corner. Oh, now that's a volley.
40-13.
I'm not sure he knew too much about this volley. Very reactionary.
But it just shows, doesn't it, Robbie? If you commit, have a look how he commits. Like, he just pushes through that volley with his legs, keeps the racket on target.
That forward movement's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to want the ball to come to you. You got to want to take it on. He did just that.
It's been a masterclass of serving today from Khachanov. He's starting to run away with the ace race. There's 20 of those bad boys now. Yeah, for a while they were level in the ace department, but there's a gulf is starting to come about between the two of them now. 20 for Khachanov, 9 in the match for Michelsen.
Time.
There's been such an impressive performance thus far from Khachanov. He's the 15th seed, a tricky first round one. He's looking good here.
And
it's not like Michelsen has played poorly. The big points, Khachanov has produced his best tennis, certainly on a serve. Wow. And my point is, so often he's not getting involved in baseline rallies on break points because the delivery of the serve has just been top tier.
Low. $40-15.
Not feeding the scoreboard pressure at all.
5 games old.
Let's go, bud.
Thoughts there of his fitness trainer. He's got an Aussie in his corner, alongside Christoph Fliegen, Byron Manning.
Love 15.
just goes to show, finally, Khachanov misses the first serve to the ad side. Michelsen is all over the second delivery. It's not an easy shot to pull off. Did so well to keep that return of serve in play. The second serve points won in this set for Khachanov has been perilously low. Hasn't defended that shot well. And it could come back to bite him. He's only won 5 out of 16 points behind the second serve. And he's going to need some of those first serve bombs right here, right now. 3 break points.
15-14.
Keep doing that on break point, surely. That is such good skill. Saw the opportunity and grabbed it at the first time of asking. What a turnaround. Michelsen is going to serve for the fourth.
Michelsen needs 6 games to play.
Well, well, well. No panic on that volley. It's an awkward height here. So easy to want to hit it hard. Just tough to do, but all great volleyers have the ability to take pace off of the ball. It's exactly what Alex did there. Brilliant decision making under pressure.
Time.
Well, 3 hours and 12 minutes of playing time on the clock.
And
the way things are going, this looks like, at the very least, this will be the second longest match of Michelsen's career. 3 hours, 13 minutes at Wimbledon at a major.
Let's process. Low.
He's done so well, just staying composed in these tricky moments in this fourth set.
(30-15).
Trying to slow ball Khachanov. Ended up getting confused by the spin on the return. And officially, that now it's The second longest match of Michelsen's career. Well, he's pulled out the Novak second serve there. Djokovic loves that slider down the tee on big points. Two set points for the American. Brilliant rear guard action from Michelsen. And we are indeed going 5 sets here on John Cain Arena. Michelsen has turned things around beautifully to secure the fourth, 7 games to 5. Plenty to ponder for that man. Let's not forget Khachanov had a couple of break points in the opening game of the fourth. Wasn't able to secure them total. The winner of this match will take on either O'Connell or Bassett already. Khachanov was going to take the reins here in the fourth and run with it. Especially after he saved the break points early on in this set and then had Michelsen under pressure, but Michelsen came back with shots like that. And this was the volley to get the break in the 11th game. As a result of that, we are going the distance here on John Cain Arena. For Khachanov, it'll be his 26th 5-setter. For Michelsen, it'll be just his 3rd.
Take him, take him.
You're doing well.
Final sets. Khachanov.
Yes, you are.
Keep playing your game though. Just have that in the back.
Let's go, bud. Right away, right away. Come on. Here we go.
Deciding set.
Up. Thank you. Up. Love. First game, final set.
I can tell you, Khachanov, prior to this match, has played 2 other 5-setters here at the Australian Open, both in 2020 actually. Back-to-back matches. He won one, 7-6 in the 5th, and he lost the next one to Kyrgios, 7-6 in the 5th, beat Mikael Ymer initially. But his overall record in 5-setters is 12 wins, 13 losses for Khachanov. Alex, well, he's contested just 2. And he's lost both of them. Michelsen's 5-setters were both at Wimbledon, 2024 and 2025. Lloyd Harrison got him in the longest match that he's ever played, 3 hours and 28 minutes. And Miomir Kecmanovic also beat him at Wimbledon, 3 hours and 13 minutes.
Different prospect on grass, isn't it? Even though you say 3 hours and 28 minutes, the points are much more staccato. This has been punishing, and I would suggest a little warmer here than it was at Wimbledon when he played. He did well there, didn't he? Just to gather his thoughts at the back end of that 4th set, Alex Michelsen, and execute as well as he did. And it was pretty key, wasn't it, that he managed to... He got to that love 40 situation. So all of a sudden it just wasn't one isolated break point on an ad. It was pressure. Something he hadn't really been able to achieve was those consecutive break points. Kept
30-15.
being ad Michelsen, and Khachanov was just serving so well to that backhand corner, but found a way. Well, I'd love to see the win predictor now. It swung wildly on a few occasions, so I would suggest now we're getting closer to a 50-50 prospect.
Give me your numbers right now. I had a crack at the last one. What do you think it is?
Well, I'll say 55-45 in favour of the Russian.
1 game.
Same as what it was at the start of the match, given all things equal. There you go.
What do we got? 54,
current?
46.
No.
Current?
88-12.
Wow.
Must be the 5-set record that's influencing that.
Well, that's, yeah. I mean, we've both got Khachanov as the winner, but
Maybe because
not by that wild margin.
Michelsen has never won a 5-setter.
15-11.
Michelsen soon will be going into uncharted territory. He's never played a match longer than 3 hours and 28 minutes. Of course, just a reminder, if it does go to a deciding set tie-break, it will be a 10-point match tie-break, not a regular tie-break, to decide the outcome of the match. First to 10 by a margin of 2. And of course, I'll tell you why I accentuate that. That'll work. Sebastian Offner in qualifying against Bassavaretti, was up 7-1. He just won that final point to go up. So he celebrated like he'd won, Wally. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard about it.
Yeah. Only to then eventually lose to Bassavaretti, who came back, saved 2 match points, and won something like 13-11. Good start in this 5th set for Khachanov.
Leads 2 games to 1.
2-1.
Time.
Anytime you can find a bit of shade, it's something they've really worked hard on doing here, is providing more of it for the fans. Of course, there's water fountains spread all around the grounds. You can top up your water bottle. Plenty of sunscreen to be had. Got to try some of that Mecca sunscreen. One of the new sponsors this year at the AO. Product my wife is a big fan of, Wally. It's already cost me a lot of money. I've only been here 3 days.
Serve dominating at the moment, and it might just be who can sustain that first serve percentage or who can make some quality returns. There's a quality return. I mean, even if he makes a play at that, there's not much he can do, but misjudged it, and it's easy to misjudge because you're basically unraveling from your service motion. You look up, the ball's coming back at you, and you've got to make a quick decision. Catches the back of the line.
One. 30-15.
Often wonder, Wally, at this stage in a match, is it harder to keep making meaningful serves, or was it tougher to make more meaningful returns?
Well, I think if the legs are heavy, that can certainly impact the serve.
Yep.
In terms of getting up and over the ball, no question about that. And then I think sometimes on return, when you play these longer matches, it's almost like if you can get that love 15 situation, or if you engage.
Yes.
If you can just find a way to get yourself in a service game. Well, it's a slight miss hit, but it's paid dividends. We haven't seen quite as much of that attitude from Michelsen. We saw a lot of it in the first set, where he was so keen after a big shot to come forward, take the ball out of the air. It was very successful for him. Less and less of that throughout the course of sets 2, 3, and 4. But there it is again. Wrapped that one around the frame, but the spin brought it in.
Just looking at the return points won by set, and that's why I asked the question, because when you win those points on serve, well, it's end up being the winner of the set, Wally.
Yep. So that's every now and then I just see that heavy, that one big step. 3 hours and 29. That's his longest match to date.
There's a reason why he's getting more aggressive. There's a reason for it. Okay. There's a reason why he's being aggressive. Not because he likes it.
Yeah, I know.
Here we go, man. Come on.
Let's go,
Every
buddy.
point.
Let's
Every
go,
point.
bud. 30 seconds at a time.
Come on.
I like that message from Byron Manning. 30 seconds at a time. It's only the next point that matters.
There's a tired forehand at end range from Khachanov.
30-15.
Pretty good pickup. Mid-point there from Michelsen. Good hands. So now every time you can just take a little piece out of your opponent in these rallies, it could pay a dividend down the track. So Christoph Fliegen was suggesting, look, there's a reason Khachanov is being more aggressive. So he's trying to tell his opponent that, trying to tell his player that he's in his opponent's head. You're in his head.
Yeah, and perhaps he's feeling tired too.
He feels he has to be aggressive because you've got the ability to turn that point around quickly.
He's played a lot of long matches in his career, Khachanov. Listen to this: 5 hours 35, 4:34, 4:31, 4:30, 4:26, 3:59, 3:51. It's a list of his 7 longest matches. I can tell you, he's never won any of those.
Wow.
Excuse me. He has won 1.
Do we know the opponents?
He has won 1.
Because we might be talking
Michael Lima. He beat Michael Lima here.
We
Sorry,
might be
just the
talking
1 out of 6.
deep in the majors, some of those matches against some real quality players.
Not too deep.
Well, there it is again. He's crowding the baseline, Michelsen. He wants to be aggressive, and Khachanov just fires it into the body, into the left hip, ties him up. Probably doesn't need to be quite so aggressive with his position there on second serve. Just stay slightly behind the baseline, meet the ball around the baseline.
Come on, let's make him work. Make him work for you. It's okay. Come on, here we go.
Did you hear that, Robbie?
No, I didn't quite catch it.
Christoph suggested, come on, European style. Make him play, work for it. Play hard court tennis with a European clay court mentality. Fight. Oh, that's
Advantage.
it's a win all or nothing second serve, isn't it? 173 out wide.
Khachanov. Khachanov leads 3 games to 2. Time.
Michelsen has done so well to extend this match into a fifth. Because Khachanov had him under all kinds of pressure in that fourth set, putting the Michelsen serve under forensic scrutiny. Michelsen has bounced back beautifully, taking us deep into a fifth. Uncharted territory for Michelsen as far as duration of a match is concerned. This is now his longest match ever in his career.
No, 15.
I tell you, this is the sweet spot in Khachanov's five-set career.
30.
He has never lost a five-setter that's gone the duration between 3 hours 39 and 3 hours 49. And he's played a fair few of them, Wally. 6 to be exact.
So you're seeing the wins and losses as very time relevant. Windows.
Just looking at all options.
Difference there, isn't it?
No.
Michelsen tried to make something happen on a second serve, and Khachanov served it at 176 into the corner. That was 155 in the middle of the square. Took advantage. So quickly out to love 40.
A sloppy game.
But Robbie, we've seen it so many times, haven't we? You know, Michelsen, he works so hard at the back end of the fourth there to effect a break. He's locked in. He gets the job done. He breathes a sigh of relief. And just at that one moment, loses concentration.
Have to go now.
15 left.
You're tired, it's hot, your opponent's been at you all day long. You've concentrated well for long periods of time, and you just have that momentary lapse. And you lose your serve to love. Now he's got to regroup. Cannot dwell on what has just occurred. So that's a string of 6 points right here. That's pretty crucial, isn't it?
Sheer brilliance. Decision making in his shot selection is in full HD right now. Beautiful clarity of thought. Not trying to overplay here. It's all about spin control. It's better than most. Working the momentum perfectly. It's just a game away now is the Russian. 5-2 in the fifth, he leads. Still thinking about that service game. not out of it. That's what Flieger's message is. Not out of it. Serving to stay in the match.
Love 15.
Well, this is just pedal to the metal for Khachanov.
Love 40.
Could end it right here, right now.
Thank you.
3 match points.
Dig deep. Come on, mate.
Got to try and make him serve it out. But it's match point number 2 for the Russian. Given Khachanov a taste of his own medicine.
Come on, mate. Keep digging, mate. Keep digging. Come on. Come on, mate. Keep digging. Come on.
Also spice things up just a little bit more.
Go, champ. Go, champ. Come on.
What a service hold. Michelsen digging deep into his manual of masterpieces to survive that game. And in an instant, the pressure reverts to Khachanov. serving for a place in the second round.
15-11.
Never lost a 5-setter between 3 hours 39 and 3 hours 49 in duration. He's in that sweet spot now as the Russian. Michelsen just claws another point back. Or should I say rips it back. There's the skill merchant. That's Alex Michelsen. Not for the first time. Some wonderful feel in the forecourt. He's come in 43 times in this match. On the 5 occasions he's come in this set, he's been successful on all 5. Khachanov's pulse has got to be racing. What a response. You talk about a big-time play on a big-time point.
40-30.
Fourth match point beckons.
Come on, can do. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on.
What an impressive return of serve. Perhaps a little bit of cramp.
Advantage, Khachanov.
Setting in for Michelsen, the way he hopped out of that. Match point number 5. Just brilliant shot making. There's no wriggle room. It has to be bang on. And it was just that. Five match points have been saved now by the American. tell you what.
Advantage, Michelsen.
We have just gone past 3 hours and 49 minutes. And as I mentioned, that was the safety net for Khachanov in his 5-set matches. He's played a bunch of them between 3 hours and 39, 3 hours and 49. He's never lost. He's facing a break point here.
Next one.
A wry smile on the Russian's face. Here he comes. The Michelsen freight train.
Advantage, Michelsen.
If you haven't been with us throughout the course of this one, Khachanov's ability to save break points, but especially so on that ad side, has been uncanny. So many meaningful first serves have been struck. A lot of aces, fair few unreturns.
Advantage, Khachanov.
And it's more of the same in this 9th game of the 5th set. How you play under pressure is all that really matters in sport. Match point number 6. Even the commentators curse there.
You're strong. Come on, you're strong.
Robbie, I have dived into the whisper position. I was nearly going to come back up and join you for the remainder of this match, but isn't it unbelievable the job that Michelsen is doing just to hang in there?
He's in a just wall. Chose the wrong side.
Advantage, Khachanov.
He would like that one over again, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't he just?
Michelsen just... There was no venom on that backhand whatsoever.
Match point number 7. And it is indeed 7th heaven for Karen Khachanov, who maintains his perfect record of always reaching at least the 2nd round here in Melbourne. It was a high-quality affair from first ball to last. He prevails in 5 highly entertaining sets, does the Russian. He gets the job done. 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, 5-7, 6-3.